today we are on episode
32.
32.
That's such a nice number, nice solid number.
Yes.
Right?
I like it.
Yes.
So we have our special guest today. Introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Rayven from the DOT, Dorchester in Boston, and 23. I'm a Sag.
Bro,
So many Sages.
So many fucking
My whole friend
Sages,
group is
bro.
actually a Sagittarius. We're all fire signs.
Yeah,
We're
I'm an
fire-
Aries.
yeah.
I mean, Aries.
It'd be like that. It'd be like
It
that.
depends, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
It really depends. What's your birthday?
December 7th, Pearl Harbor.
December 8th. That's crazy.
Nicki Minaj's birthday.
Yes,
That is so
She knows.
Harbor. Nicki
Minaj's birthday.
Pearl Harbor. Wait, Nicki.
Oh my God, Nicki.
This day? Wow.
My best friend's birthday is also December 8th.
What? That's so
Crazy.
crazy. I don't understand how there's so many like Sages
Yeah, bro.
around.
In like this small like area too. I don't know. What's 9 months before?
That's what I think, but it's
March.
like, what the fuck are y'all doing in March?
Ew.
St. Patrick's Day? Like,
Yeah.
That's
My
crazy.
birthday's like a week after St. Patrick's Day. I'm like,
St. Patrick's Day.
what are y'all celebrating for real?
Annie.
'Cause my birthday next week. Like,
My birthday next week.
but nah, no bullshit. Everybody comes in and like we know they're Sag like off rip because they tell us like y'all are loud and proud.
I know that's
so
the first thing I
loud.
I'm Sag.
I'm always like,
I'm also a double Sag. I'm a Sag Sun and Moon.
oh,
Yeah.
period.
I'm like
Moon
a
is
textbook
crazy.
Sag. Just
So what's your
kinda
rising?
Virgo.
Okay.
So I'm anal as a bitch.
True. Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so what do you do?
Yeah, for sure. What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do? You probably do so much. So
I
let's get into it.
dabble in a lot of things. But I recently quit working to be a DJ full time. So I'm a freelance DJ.
Congratulations.
Congrats for real.
Ew, I'm
And how long have you? Yeah, how long have you been free?
I quit my job. I've been free since I quit my job in March.
Word.
So it took like all of April to kind of just chill. I was doing shows, but I was kind of just like relaxing, not really doing anything. And then the past few weeks, I just been like grinding, trying to get some shows get booked and be outside, make some events.
Yeah.
I'm also part of a production team called Meet the Creators. I'm the social media content creator on that team. Super fun. I did a thrift series. We had like multiple guests come on the show, and we'll go to different thrift stores and do a challenge. We had Sam Jenks, who's on Do Over Don't not too long ago, who on the show. It was super fun.
That's dope.
What else do
Wow,
I do?
I love that concept.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do it again soon and have different guests because we had like so much planned. We only did like 6 episodes, so we're probably gonna do something longer. And we filmed it during the summer, and it dropped by like September.
Wow.
Dope.
That's fire. I
Super
love
fun.
that.
I had a great time. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So content creation and DJing is your like main focus right now?
Yeah, I would say that. And also, I do a lot of event organizing too. I work with a lot of like creatives in the underground scene, but also like a lot of social activists in the scene too, and just do a lot of like organizing that way. A lot of that work is usually working with Thrill, or with Sadiq, with Key, or doing my own. I'm part of the Blair Bitch Project team.
Yeah.
And just doing, honestly, just like, not just the Thrill, but like the Thrill community, like Cam and Steph, who's a part of Thrill, but like people that I've met throughout that community, we also do a lot of events too.
Dope.
Super fun.
That's dope.
How'd you get affiliated with everyone in the community and like kind of put yourself out there?
So back in 2019, Steph and this girl named Vickiana, I think they both started together, but they did this event called Honey, and it was mostly just like for Fems only. You can do whatever, like play video games, you can drink, smoke, whatever. And I went to like 1 or 2 of those, but I didn't really like notice like how intertwined everybody was, because I've been around the creative scene since I was like 15. A lot of my friends are like artists or dancers or producers or the case may be. So I would say like my first connection with it, if I want to start from the beginning, back in like 2016, I used to be like cool with like Kareem Roxbury, go to a lot of like underground like scenes like that, a lot of events going on. But I got connected with Thrill 2019, and then I started working with Sadiq, I would say around 2021. I actually grew up with him.
That's fire. What the hell?
Yeah. So
are you guys both from Dorchester or like around that area?
I think Sake's from Mattapan.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, close by.
But he's my brother's age, and they grew up together.
Oh, wow.
And I reached out to him. Actually, it's a funny story. But I reached out to him because I was like, I know who you are, like, as a person. I know you're busy. You probably need an assistant.
Yeah,
you should let me help you.
Yeah.
And he just, like, anytime that he needs any type of sort of assistance, I'm usually there. Like, I did BAMS Fest with him back in 2021 with stage production. That was super fun.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a great experience. 10 out of 10.
That's dope. So did you do any of that like in school or anything?
Yeah,
or
I
was
was
it kind of
wondering the
just
same.
like creatively like outside of school, like
Yeah.
on your free time?
Yeah, this is what I did in my free time. Like,
That's
in
fire.
school, I did the exact... Oh, I did, like, event organizing in school.
Yeah.
But it had a different purpose. I went to Emmanuel College. I graduated 2022. And I graduated my criminology degree.
Okay.
Yeah, well, congrats. But
Not using it.
it'd be like that, bro.
Collecting dust right now,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
You're on to better things. It's
Yeah, I did a lot of
like.
like events when I did like I was part of the Black Student Union there, so we did a lot of events that way, especially because we're online a lot, so it was a weird transition.
Oh, yeah.
with, like trying to figure that out.
With COVID and
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
I think it was the end of my sophomore year when we went into quarantine, and I joined the BSU my junior year, so we were still like online, but then we're like they were teetering with the idea of like being hybrid.
Yeah.
So figuring out how to do like events on Zoom
I
is very
know,
interesting.
yeah.
But I would say that was probably like the only way that I was doing that kind of stuff in school. Like I had no friends.
Yeah.
I went to class, I went to work, I went home.
Yeah.
I worked like 3 jobs in college. It was so crazy.
Feel you.
Honestly, that makes for the best free time, though.
It really
Yeah.
does. It really does.
And honestly, like because it was the first time I went to school in the city too in college because I went to school in the suburbs growing up.
Okay.
So I was really just like experiencing like taking the train to certain places. Like I used to do that growing up, but like just not as often as my day-to-day routine, like to like go to work and then go to class, and then if I wanted to go see my friends, like take the commuter rail or something. So that was really what I was doing out of college. It was just like experiencing Boston.
Were you dorming? I don't even know.
I dormed my first 2 years, and then we went into quarantine. I went back home because it
Yeah.
made
Can't.
Yeah.
Yes.
since I live in the city.
Yeah, exactly. In like high school, did you guys have like electives, and did you do anything like on the creative side for that?
We did have electives, but I didn't really like entertain a lot of the extracurriculars too much like at my school. I was a MECO student. Do you guys know what that is? So the MECO program is basically like a busing system that they created in the 1950s to help like desegregate Massachusetts. So like they'll take kids from the city and like transport them out to like suburbia schools for better education opportunities, whatever.
Yeah.
So I went to school in Concord, Mass. If you know Max Moody, we went to the same high
Yeah,
school.
we met him.
Yeah.
TT introduced us to
Yeah.
him like out somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
We saw him.
I don't
name
have
drop.
a face, but I do remember his name. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same town. So there isn't really like too much of a creative scene out there. It's really sports town.
Is it far?
From Norwood?
And Dorchester.
Dorchester for sure, yes. It's like a
Yeah.
45-minute drive.
Oh wow.
I took a school bus every day from kindergarten to senior year.
Oh wow.
Damn.
That's
Crazy.
wild.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a unique experience. Not a lot of people
Definitely.
experience
Definitely
that.
not,
Very
bro.
unique.
That's crazy.
But it was super fun nonetheless. But I would say for extracurriculars that I did in high school was really just like similar to what I did in college, like doing like my Black Student Union. I was like a mentor program that I did in high school. Yeah, a lot of extracurriculars I did were in the city because I went to school so far, and my mom kind of like enforced me trying to like make connections in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So a lot of extracurriculars were actually still in Boston.
That's
That's
fire.
cool.
I wouldn't say it was too creative, but I did like stuff here and there. I did more creative stuff when I was like younger, and then high school was like get a job.
Yeah.
It really be like
Yeah.
that.
It's like I gotta make money.
Exactly.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
No bullshit. So with your DJing, like how did that start? Like
Yeah.
and how old were you? Like if you had any like influences like inspiring you to do it?
Yeah.
How'd that go about?
I would say I started like DJing like consistently in 2019 when I bought my board for my cousin. I have a lot of family members who are also DJs, but they're more like Caribbean DJs and like the party scene or even the club scene too. And I remember learning that my cousin was learning how to DJ also, and I thought that was really cool. I was using this software called Virtual DJ on my computer and on my phone, just like messing around with it, being like, oh my god, like
I'm doing it.
Like, make a playlist. Like, I'm so cool. But yeah, I kind of started doing that around, I would say 2017, like right near the end of high school. So I would say I was around 17 years old when I started virtual DJ, and then I bought my board when I was 2019 off of my cousin because he was upgrading his.
What controller was it?
It was I still have it to this day. I still use it. It's a Pioneer DDJ SP3.
Okay.
It's 4 decks on it. Anyone can use it if you're learning how to DJ and if you're also a pro, because you can literally do whatever you want.
Pioneer is a good brand.
It's a great brand. Also, I feel like it's really just like easy to like
definitely
learn. It teaches you how to like use all their products at the same time. So sponsor me. But yeah, that's how I kind of started in 2019. I started actually like performing, I would say, in the past like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. What was your first like performance like?
Yeah.
Were you like nervous?
I had like a really weird experience because like when I first got my board, like my family was like, oh my god, you're a DJ, let's do this birthday party, do this college graduation, like do this, do that. And I did like maybe 2 of those. But I did a party with my friends in December of last year called Party Like a Sag, because everyone in our friend group is a Sag.
Yeah. Period.
It was literally
that's crazy.
All 4 of us.
That's crazy.
So I was the DJ for the night, and then we had Video Girl perform, and also Jay, or It's Jay now, also perform. And then my friend Namika was also a Sag. She was there celebrating her because it was 2 days before their birthday. It was on Video Girl's birthday too.
Damn. Wait, so Video Girl and It's Jay both are Sagittarius too? That's crazy. That's
I love that.
Wild.
Nah, this year is about to be crazy.
It's been so fun. It's so fun. And it's like back to back to back. Like I'm the 7th, and then Namika's the 13th. Jay's the 14th, and then Bria's the 15th. And
That's
then
crazy.
our friend Vic, she's a Leo. So we all just be
Yeah.
Leo,
yeah.
we're down. Just love her, no Leos, but Sag down.
I'm good.
But yeah, that was like my first like I guess show or showcase, like my debut. I see it as my debut because it's the first time that I actually like showed my craft in front of other people. I have a weird connection or weird relationship when it comes to perception. So I was really uncomfortable
definitely.
like showing that to other people because I was like, what if they don't like it?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I still had fun. It was a super fun party. We packed out the whole night. We had like a live band just like doing a freestyle also, so super fun.
That's dope.
I would say my first like debut show, or what other people may consider my debut show, is my friend Fiona. Shout out Fiona also, who just had their birthday. She had an art exhibit that was in East Boston, and the last day that she wanted to do was a rave, because she did her exhibit based off like a medicine wheel and kind of showed like the art of healing through it, and kind of like the last day was kind of like show up and represent yourself. So that was the intention of the rave at the end of the day. And I was like the last DJ of the night. It was like a super packed out show. It was at Friendship Project.
Oh, okay.
And it was like around March when that happened. Not a lot of people knew that I was a DJ. So a lot of people that I worked with in the community when it came to like event organizing, or from MTC for doing production, or just being my friend in general, like they didn't know that I was a DJ. So it was kind of like my first debut. Super fun.
dope.
It was crazy.
That's dope.
I had a great time.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
What like genre? Okay, it's kind of a few questions I have.
I know.
So
I have a couple too.
right.
I'm ready for them all.
So like when you started DJing, did you have a genre in mind particularly, and then has it progressed, or do you like kind of do whatever you feel like?
I kind of just do whatever I feel like. When I first started DJing, I was only really listening to like, I guess like alternative R&B music. So a lot of like Smino, Rayven, like Solange, SZA, like that was the only music I was kind of like in my rotation. So that's kind of only that I was mixing. But I like kind of like to describe myself as like a classic radio DJ. I have a lot of radio experience because I did a lot of like internships or jobs like during the summer growing up like at radio stations. So that's where I'm like most comfortable with. I do all genres because I listen to all types of music, so it really doesn't matter. I do a live stream every Monday.
Ask you about that
later. But like one of the main challenge that I do on the live stream every Monday is to do a different sound. Like
every week.
That's sick.
So last week I did like only like punk music.
Okay.
So I was just doing like Panic at the Disco. Well, is Panic at the Disco punk? We'll see. Whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm just name dropping names. I feel like the general public would know.
Yeah, true.
Actually, that's more alternative. Yeah. I feel like that's actually not even punk, but it's more like I was playing just like bands that I listened to like when I was like 12. Yeah. So I played a lot of Nirvana too.
Oh yeah.
It was a fun night. It was hard because I never did anything like it, but that's something that I challenged myself on those days.
Yeah. So how do you like doing that?
It's super fun because I get to show off my music taste and be like, you know, there can be DJs out there that do whatever. It's just based off like the kind of style you like to show yourself as. But it's also like challenge myself with that relationship that I have with perception because I do it on Twitch. It's like a live stream that anyone can join.
Yeah, literally.
So I'm just like,
who gonna pop up?
Who gonna be you over there? Ariana, what are you doing here? Comment, this is trash. I was like, turn the stream off. But I don't know. I have I really appreciate curating. And I really like creating a space for people to feel like they can show up as themselves, like judgment-free, harm-free, whatever the case may be. And I like doing that with music. That's been like my main relationship with music in the first place.
Yeah.
So trying to push myself and challenge myself to put myself out there and really like show up as me and doing that has been the main priority in my life right now.
Yeah.
So that's what the live stream's for, but also to have a good time.
Yeah.
It's Monday night. Everyone hates Mondays.
That's so true.
So it happens at like 11 p.m. where most people are just like scrolling on their phone or just like chilling in bed, watching a movie or whatever. And I'm just like, hey, do you want like an hour of like good time? You
just want to vibe?
You just want to vibe ski? What are we doing over here? Like, come join.
Literally.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super fun.
That's fire. How long have you been doing that for?
Honestly, like a month and a half. I just started.
Still, that's lit.
Don't know what I'm doing. I've never streamed before. At first, I was doing on Instagram Live, on my phone.
Yeah,
but got copyrighted.
No way! Oh my god!
Fucking
love Instagram.
Love you, IG.
Love you, Marky.
Marky food.
What are you doing? Appreciate you. And then I switched over to Twitch, still on my phone. But the audio is trash. And then I upgraded all my equipment. Like I got a new laptop, which is not really that big of a deal to a lot of people. But if you've known me since 2019 when I got my DJ board, like every day I was saying I need a new laptop. Yeah. Like I can't actually be a DJ until I get this new laptop. Like I won't crucial. Be, because I just like didn't have any upgraded software. I was using music from like 2017 over and over again, so people were just like, switch it up, girl. something new, please. So I was that was my main nervous like connection when it came to DJing. It was just like, I need a new laptop. Like everybody that was around me knew I was going to mention that at some point in the conversation. So I recently finally got her.
Yes, congrats.
I've been booked ever since, to be honest.
Apple product, or
I was just gonna ask.
I got a sexy little MacBook Air.
Okay, that's good to know because I feel like everyone else I know has a Pro. And I have an Air, and I'd be wondering like.
I have an Air because I just think I like the accessibility of it because it's really just like lightweight and tiny, so I can just like go. But a MacBook Pro is still good. I just feel like it's really depending on like your priority at the end of the day. Like I feel like if you're interested in producing, get a MacBook Pro. Because it's easier, the screen's bigger, it's faster. I think it's also more storage, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. That's probably why it's... Actually, no, I was going to say something that might not even be true. I was going to say it's thicker. I don't know.
She's thick.
She's thick. She's definitely thick, so I don't know.
Thicker, but I think there is more storage in a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
I just started like thinking about getting into producing, so I was just like, let me just stick within the MacBook.
The Air is nice. It's so transportable. Like
that too.
Yeah.
I used the actual case of the box that it came in because I don't have the case to my laptop yet. Like I literally just carry a giant box, and I'm like, wow, someone can literally steal my laptop.
It's not a laptop, guys.
It's not. There's nothing in there.
It's weed.
Literally.
It's my tray. What are you talking about?
Right. It's just like, it's my suitcase. Some papers in there. Yeah.
All my birth certificate's in there.
You feel me?
Yeah, if you
actually,
nah.
Wait, why are you carrying that? Wait.
I do have another question.
Yeah.
So when you started like getting into DJing, like I know like the main thing, and this is like kind of more like a personal like me wondering question.
For sure, yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, just for a friend. But when you start doing like, I know that usually the best way to get into something is just like keep practicing. But was there other stuff that you did to kind of really like learn what you're doing?
Because I didn't really go to anyone to teach me how to DJ. Like I taught myself just off of like watching YouTube videos, or I would just like ask my cousin like, hey, like how do you do this? But I think the main way that I would do it is just, at least outside of just practicing, is just watching other DJ sets. Either I would just like watch like basic boiler rooms, or just like just looking up like mixes online and just figuring out like how they present themselves and represent their craft and represent their music, because a lot of people do everything very differently. Even if they're playing the same music, it could be like completely different. So I just like to find inspiration from other people, like watching other videos, watching other sets, watching like parties online, or if I'm just like on YouTube, I'll just be like beginner friendly like DJ tricks or sense. Something like that, or just like
DJ hacks.
DJ hacks, or like how to set up my DJ board, or how to make a cool transition. Like majority of the time, like you probably already know how to do it.
But you just want to like, you want that you
just want to see like how they're doing theirs.
Exactly.
So you're just like, oh, okay, that's how you do that. This is how I would do it to make it more comfortable for me. Or okay, this is how you got there quicker. That's really what I like to watch. It's just like DJ tricks to how to do something quicker so you can do something else. Yeah, because I feel like I take the longer route to do something. So I feel like if I figure out how to like, a shortcut, then.
Got you. And then do you use Serato or?
Yeah, I use Serato DJ Pro.
Okay, bet.
I just upgraded to that. Super fun. It's already like connected. It's the software that's also connected in my DJ.
Yeah, because I had that too, and I just got the Pro. I just didn't know if there was like a difference between that much of a difference between that and the Lite. So
there is and there isn't. I feel like from what I'm experiencing, I can't even answer much because I'm still figuring out myself. Yeah. But at least from what I'm noticing is that with Serato DJ Pro, they now can automatically isolate the stems of the song, so they can do like only the vocals or only the instrumental of the song, and it does it like immediately compared to DJ Lite. Because I think DJ Lite, they don't do stems at all. And then I think you can just automatically record like a mix really quickly, and I think more effects like for transitioning.
That's dope.
That's it.
I feel like that's good.
It's like I feel like DJ Lite is worth it if you're just starting out, figuring out. Or I did DJ Lite for my first show at Party Like Sag. I just got DJ Pro like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So DJ Lite is perfect. It does everything you need except record.
Yeah, except for
So if you want to put a mix out, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you can do that there.
Thank you.
Of course.
I just lost my train of thought so bad.
Damn, rip. The fuck?
Rip.
How's the feedback been with like Twitch and like streaming? Yeah,
I feel like a good thing about my privilege right now is that a lot of people around me are gamers or like watch a lot of like, or they use Twitch often. So I've been hearing a lot of like ways to like kind of get around certain things when it comes to like streaming online. When it comes to like the audio, making sure that sounds good, like getting an actual interface and making things more smooth, so it's not just like coming out of my laptop like mics. But also I've been hearing like just good feedback that people who haven't got a chance to see me DJ before like in person can just like know on Monday that they can see something, you know. I think it's also a great way to connect with people because I don't have any mixes out or anything. When it comes to like, for people who don't know, I'm assuming people who don't know, like when you're a DJ, if you're trying to get booked, like the first question someone's going to ask you is, do you have a mix out or show me a mix? Since I have absolutely nothing out, I'm just like, I can do something right now. It's kind of like asking.
Pull up to my Twitch.
You feel me? Or it's just an easy way to kind of have something tangible to be like, hey, I have a Twitch account. I upload every week. You can see it there. It's kind of like my tangible mix instead of being like on SoundCloud.
Yeah. If you were to make a mix, what genre would it be?
I wouldn't even put a genre on it, to be honest. I might do a little bit of everything because I listen a little bit of everything. But like
genre fluid.
Yeah, I feel like I like to I like to describe them as just like certain like what the night is going to be like.
The vibe.
Yeah, I hate saying
vibes.
I like vibe. Like,
I know the
vibe. But yes, the vibe of the night basically, or the environment. Like, I recently did a show for Sane and PDA, which is Pretty Demon Association, and it was last week. Oh, you guys were there.
Yeah.
I keep you. But
for those of you who don't know,
yeah, they were there. So sorry.
Sorry you missed out.
But I got there super late. But I was the last DJ of the night, and the whole night it was very much like more D&B, more poppy, hyper pop kind of night.
Yeah,
and that's the kind of music that I listen to, but not a lot of music that I have any sort of practice in DJing.
Yeah.
So I was like, my DJ set is Slumped Hour, and I just played like, because I also went on at 3:00 in the morning, so I played just like chill vibes the whole night. So I played like K-Tronida, I played Amine, I played Solange a little bit, did some SZA, I did Whitney Houston, I did a little bit of everything. Like, I know I just named R&B artists, but
no, yeah,
just chill vibes, you know. Like I just kind of, or I just did Here's Your Flowers, that was curated by Sakaya, which is like a gallery with Christina also. And I wanted just classic gallery vibes, literally just like you get to bop around and like chill, but you can also still have a conversation with the person next to you.
Yeah, I love that.
And I just played like old Chance the Rapper and like also K-Tronida again, love him down. I also did a little Beyonce too. I did like Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas. Like, I did old school like 90s music, 2000s music, but I also did like current SoundCloud stuff. So
yeah, that's a good switch up because that shit was like crazy. Like I had never been like to house music. I don't even know what do you describe that like.
It was giving house to me.
I didn't really get to hear, so I didn't see the first DJ set.
It was crazy.
I heard it was, and I'm really sad I missed it. I was working chamber that night.
Yeah,
because it was chamber. I was doing the artist interviews for that.
Nice.
So I didn't get to Demons in the Sky until about like 12:30. And I think that's when PDA was still going, and then Cholita was right after.
Yeah,
I'll say Cholita is definitely more classic house music.
Yeah.
Chromizer, since I didn't see, I couldn't really tell you. I really even the video was
like, was his first performance.
That was his debut show. Yeah,
amazing.
I would say more like techno. Or hyper pop.
Because
that's kind of like PDA sounds like hyper pop. DMB, like that's what people call Pink Pantherist. Like that's their sound. It's more like classic DMB music.
DMB, what is that?
Drum and bass.
Drum and bass. Okay. DMB.
It's like the style of the beat. Like for most of Pink Pantherist like music, it's DMB.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, that's my favorite Red Bull flavor, by the way. Yeah, classic.
What is it? Coconut berry.
Yeah.
Sugar free though, because I know that's probably worse for you, but sugar does something to me.
I literally eat candy for breakfast. It's bad. I have the worst like
sweet tooth
diet. No, sweet tooth, but like diet in general. I eat like garbage.
You wouldn't.
Just a quick breakfast
wouldn't
garbage.
be able to tell.
No, if you found out what I ate yesterday,
let's talk about it.
For breakfast, I had chicken wings and fries.
What time? 10. Yeah.
2 p.m.
That's
breakfast. Yeah.
That's when I woke up at 12.
True.
And had my first meal of the day at 2. And then yesterday was Shondel's event, which was called Spring Awakening, and I was working the door.
Yes.
And my next meal was around that time, and I had Popeyes.
Hey.
More chicken tenders and fries.
Eat more chicken. This is my motto.
Eat more chicken.
That's a crazy motto.
Ew. That should not be anyone's motto. I not have like one.
That's my mantra.
That's like disgusting. Not one fruit, not one vegetable, water.
Just eat more chicken.
Just eating more chicken
and like soju, maybe.
Yeah,
like,
literally
a little
soju is crazy.
And like 5 blunts.
Literally my diet. That's all I eat.
You smoke nicotine?
Not really, no.
Good shit.
I used to in high school, and then I grew out of it. But like,
growing out of it is lovely. Love
that
for you.
That's what everybody says, and I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. But like, I smoke spliffs, so no.
But I feel like
sometimes
I feel like though, like it's different. I don't know, cause I quit like vaping like 4 months ago, but like, I mean, I don't love.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. But like a spliff, like it's fine.
I mean, yeah, but there's still nicotine in it, so it's like, sorry. But yeah, I think I do have a vape, but I don't consistently vape. Like, it's more just like I use it more for like controlling my smoking habits because I smoke too much. So that's really what it is. But I kind of like stopped consistently vaping in high school because I was like, this is just peer pressure, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
what are you getting out of it?
Always was.
But no judgment if you do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, of course.
I'm not a vice judger. I'm the last person to judge on anyone's vices. Like, do you please?
How long have you been smoking for?
Comfortably. In case my mom watches this.
Funny as fuck. Oh my god.
Just in case my mom watches. I've been smoking consistently since I was like 15, 16 years old. I was kind of like friends with like there was a lot of black people at my school, and even then I wasn't really too connected with them until like the end of high school. So I was kind of like, I hate calling it that, but that's kind of what people consider us, like kind of like the misfits of the school, kind of. So that's
you lived it, so
yeah, like, that's kind of all we did. Like, if you want to literally describe it, it was literally like our friend group was like Euphoria, but like not that dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The tea wasn't like all there, but
yeah,
like the vibes.
Were, the vibes were just like what we did all the time was just like get high all day and skip school and.
I feel you.
Around.
I feel you.
But
it'd be like that.
I would say consistently 16.
Yeah, comfortably.
Sorry, Mom.
And you prefer smoking spliffs?
Yeah, I usually smoke spliffs. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really.
But no blunts, like no.
No, I'm not really a blunt person.
Yeah,
mostly because like that's what men are doing for attention.
Literally.
Like, what you want, a cookie, bro?
It's like, they're like, I will not smoke a joint. I'm like, why?
Like,
is it that serious? Like,
is it?
And not to me. I understand though, because everyone's kind of just like, I have a preference. I understand why they want to smoke it that way, because it is smoother. It's just like nastier, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of like aftercare you have to put into when it comes to smoking, and I feel like if you smoke blunts, the aftercare is a lot more heinous. Like, if you smoke blunts all the time, like your lips are probably getting blacker faster. Your
100%.
teeth are more yellow.
I'll tell you, I used to smoke like blunts, just blunts all the time, and then like I was not feeling good. I'll tell you.
Yeah, like your body
not feeling very good.
I feel like your body's just not equipped for that.
It's not.
It's just like, what are you putting inside of me? But then I'm like, LOL, sorry.
Still smoking.
We're gonna do it.
No bullshit.
We're gonna do it.
On the topic of like vices and stuff, do you use that to like? I was gonna say like, how do you like cope with like being busy and like performing and stuff, and how do you deal with burnout? A lot of people are just like weed,
because you be performing like every weekend.
Yeah, just
at
peep
least
that.
Yeah.
You guys just peep that. I just peep that too. But yeah, I guess that's kind of how I kind of make sure that I am like grounded with myself, is to smoke, but I try not to abuse it in a way, because I become very dependent on it.
Definitely.
But the main thing that I kind of do to make sure that I'm not burnt out is to take a self-care day, and usually I just like take myself on a date. I spend a lot of time with myself, so I'll probably like go to the movies or literally go shopping. I'm a retail therapy girly down.
I know, literally.
I'll probably just like go thrifting and like take myself out to eat, because I love trying new food. I also do yoga for 20 minutes every morning.
I love it.
It keeps me like, if I have a shitty day, I can at least be like, my day started good. So it's kind of like my constant. It hasn't been something I've been doing in the past like month, because I've been so burnt out and tired, but that's like one consistent thing that I've been doing for about a year now.
That's fire. I've been doing yoga for a year too. It's so nice.
It's so nice. Oh, you live like out here, but like my friend Jasmine does a yoga class.
I think like you literally posted something about it was like wine down
Wednesdays.
Yeah. I was gonna go, but I was working, and I was like, oh my god, I literally would.
Yeah, it's a nice time. They're a really great like introductory like kind of person if you've never done yoga as a class before. I've never done it before, and even when I did it with her, it was just me and her. But she does a great class, and the Gnosis Studios is also a great area too. So if you ever have the availability, I think they're doing it like
every week.
So you can always visit.
That's fire. But yeah, yoga. Smoking. Do you like meditate?
I try to. I usually do my meditation during my yoga because it's like part of like my grounding practice, at the end. Like it's just like to kind of wrap it all up, but not as often as I used to. I used to be part of this meditation like group.
Damn. Okay. Many lives.
You're so real for that because I literally have. I've lived too many lives. But yeah, it was like a short period. It was probably like 2 months. But I was part of this meditation class just to get into it and understand like what the actual like intention of meditation, because I just didn't get it. I was like closing your eyes, and I took like a Buddhism class too in college, and I was just like, what is this? I am not understanding. So I took the course with them, and it was really nice. And I started embedding it into my daily routine. I kind of just been slacking because as I get busier, self-care is harder.
It's so much harder. Definitely.
So I'm trying to figure out like a good balance of everything. But I think meditation is just something that kind of needs to be more of a, I say consistent thing. Yeah. Because I don't want to, like every day is kind of hard for me, but I want to stay consistent. Like something that I at least want to have in my routine, like whether it's weekly, monthly, whatever.
Yeah. Even if you do it like 5 minutes a day, you got 5 minutes in it.
That's what I hear. For sure.
You know?
That's what I hear.
That's what you see. And people be like, you can definitely do it, but like
I could definitely.
5 minutes is kind of hard to find sometimes. Like, so I don't know, but I see what you mean there too.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Are you like spiritual or religious?
I'm not religious. I was like raised religious, but I just find religion fascinating, if that makes sense.
Yes, definitely.
Like I took a lot of like religious courses like in college and also in high school. Like I took like a world cultures class. Yeah. They kind of taught us like different types of cultures in different like regions of the world. And then in college I took a Buddhism course, a Catholicism course, because I went to a Catholic school.
I went to a Catholic school too.
Catholic girlies.
Yeah, they're like, you have to take one because we love Jesus, and I'm like,
yep,
okay, cool. Fine, I love Jesus too. But I just find religion really dope. Like I find like the practice of it, the way people like see like over an everlasting faith in it, I find that really fascinating. So I like studying religion, but am I like religious myself? Not really. I would say spiritual, yes. I do think there's just some higher being or some like understanding that there is something that's after we die type thing. But like as far as like a practice that I do, not really. I would say like my religion is really self-care. Like that's something that I like. I prioritize deeply, like with my life, but also like other people that I connect with. Like that's all I talk about. I'm like, you're working too much. Don't take a nap. Sit down. Like go eat something. Like that's really my religion. At the end of the day, it's just taking care of yourself, because it's hard surviving in this world in general. It really is.
I like that though. Yeah, I feel like people don't often say that.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's like, real though.
It's just hard because especially in the world that we live in, like you have to keep working and keep doing stuff and keep busy, and it becomes kind of like a depending thing at the end of the day too. Like if I'm not busy, I'm not doing enough, or like I'm not getting enough work done, or this person's working 10 times harder, I gotta do 20 times harder. Like it feels like a hard cycle to get out of. So once you're already in it, self-care is not on your brain.
Capitalism curse.
Oh, that too. It's also we're in this shitty ass world, so
exactly.
Comparison is the thief of joy, man.
That's
bullshit.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. Write that down.
Oh, it's already written, baby. It's already written in the brain. In the brain.
It was in the brain.
But yeah, no bullshit. Like believing in, like, I feel you with like the like shit is like definitely interesting, but it's like I just believe something like above me, definitely, and just watching over me, like obviously keeping me protected. There's a reason why I go through certain things, like for sure. And I'm gonna just care for my peoples and care for myself.
Yeah, I like even still pray sometimes.
Yeah,
and even when I'm praying, like I'm just praying to like someone that's connecting to me. It doesn't necessarily have to be God. If it is, dope, love that. He's been hearing me this whole time. But like, I kind of just like pray to just like make sure that like my religion really is self-care, because I was really about to say I pray to like myself, and like make sure that like I'm okay, and like whoever that I have this everlasting faith to is also myself too, but enough to that higher being. So
I like that. Prayer is interesting too.
My God is
like,
me.
As it should be.
But prayer is very interesting because like if you really think about it, like everybody is praying so differently. Like if I think about like the way I pray, like it's kind of like a similar thing to what you're saying. And it's like kind of just about like protecting me, protecting people around me.
Because I can't just talk to like one thing that I don't really even like. I'm not fully connected if that's the case. You know?
And sometimes you don't need to be. Like I feel like that's a weird like stigma that a lot of religions, not just like Christianity or Catholicism, but like other religions do, that if you're not like consistently doing something that's like related to their practice, that you're not connected to that person or to that thing. And that's not necessarily true. Like I feel like in all religions, no matter what, like you carry that one thing that's keeping you connected to that religion like within you all the time. You feel me? So
you got to take yourself where you are.
You have your own separate religion. Like the way I'm connected to one thing can be connected to a whole different way for you. So
absolutely. Do you have? Well, you must. Everyone probably does. But
no, she doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't.
You never know.
You have any like inspirations, influences, whether it be like musically, creatively, worldly? I would say my biggest inspiration when it comes to just like creatively, but also like who they are as a person, how they carry themselves, and just like their morals and values from what I've seen, because celebrities are weird. But I would say probably Rico Nasty and Doechii. Those are like my top two people that I like. You being in
her video was crazy.
That's like
fucking insane.
I didn't also know until other people were calling me about it, and I was like knocked out in my bed. It was like 5 p.m. and people were like, "Congratulations!" And I was like, "What did I do? I won! Yay!" But yeah, that was absolutely insane. I was like peeing myself, and shitting in my bed and crying, because I was like, "Wow!" She like saw my face. That was the 5th time I've seen her.
Oh wow!
Fire.
I've seen her plenty of times. Like the first time I saw her was in 2019, and she did Springfest at Tufts University.
Oh shit! That's a good guess. Like that.
It was Rico Nasty and A$AP Ferg. It was,
what the fuck?
It was a great lineup.
Why weren't you there?
Like,
I don't know.
Confused.
I was like a freshman in college. I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I didn't even know how I got in. Like the person that I went to didn't even go to Tufts either. Like
I was gonna say, like, for those things, don't you have to like go to the?
Yeah, like only Tufts students could go to that. But
if you finessed, okay. Got it.
Yeah, I finessed for sure. I think if I'm not mistaken, like, I think a Tufts student just like sold their tickets to us. So and they weren't. It was like, you know, pre-COVID. Like there wasn't a lot of like identification processes that people were doing like just a few years ago. So they just like scan the ticket, go.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just dropped Anger Management that week, and I already knew all the lyrics because I'm a stalker. And she went up to the security guard that was in front of me, and she was like, she took her hat off her head, and she was like, "Give my hat to the pretty girl with the black bandana." I'm looking around like,
I would have been crying.
I said it, I literally passed out. I was so dramatic. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Wait, did you actually?
I like fake like passed out, but if I actually passed out, probably would have. But I didn't want to risk losing my spot because I was like right dead in the center, like in the front. Like I was bulldozing through people to make sure I got up there.
That's
but
wild.
Yeah, that was when I saw I was in the video. I was like, "Shit, she's seen my face again."
That's insane.
Next, I'm going to be working with
you. I'm plotting my
happening soon.
Manifestation.
But yeah, I would say those are definitely like my two like inspirations when it comes to just creatively, how they carry themselves, how they represent themselves. Like they're all like unauthentically themselves, and that's who I want to be at the end of the day. Not necessarily them, but just like myself. 100%.
Yeah.
But I would say inspirations for also just like working. Definitely want to shout out my friend TT, they work so hard and they do so much. They inspire me like every day. I also say my friend Janaea, who's also the CEO of Meet the Creators, she works tirelessly. So I'm just like, wow, I want to be you when I grow up. It's so cool. I think of anyone else that inspires me. Definitely Key. I work with her all the time, and we have like a great relationship when it comes to like businessly, but also like as a friend. So I appreciate that, having that kind of connection in this type of community, because it's hard to find that, especially with another femme. So it's really nice,
like real love.
Exactly, like real, like authentic love at the end of the day. So someone I would definitely shout out every time.
That's amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Storming through these questions.
I know,
right? I'm loving it.
Ooh, that's crazy. I'll let you take your drink, but who are some of your other like favorite artists, whether it be locally, globally?
Around the
world. Favorite? That's really hard for me, but I would say one of my favorite artists, in the, I guess the big industry, whatever that means. I really like John Doe. She's cool with Kaylani. A lot of people know their stuff from a lot of the LA scene. Smino, that's like one of my favorite like artists in general, point blank. Rico, sorry.
Name drop
Rico.
Again.
Lil Uzi.
Yes.
I really like his music because he makes me feel more like connected with myself in a weird way, because that man is weird, but like I understand like how he expresses himself or themselves. I think they use they them pronouns actually. So yeah, I really appreciate how they are able to express that type of different emotions in their music and their journey, like with different relationships with different things. Like it's just inspirational. So
I definitely see that.
Definitely fuck with that. Trying to think of another artist. It's so hard because I listen to so much music. I know. And then people are like, what's your favorite artist? I don't know.
That's why like your favorite is a little crazy of a question, I feel like.
I would say
just
top
your favorite
5 if I had to finish the list, because I think I just said like 3. Beyonce for sure. She's number 1. I think I know all of Beyonce's music like front to back.
Period.
It's sick.
You going to
Oh, of course I'm going to Renaissance. Yes, I'm going to Renaissance. Am I in the nosebleeds? Yes.
You love it here? Yes.
This is on August 1st, so dead middle of summer at Gillette Stadium. So it's going to be like beautiful that day.
That
and it's really no openers apparently. And it's 3 hours long.
That's gonna be fucking insane.
Wow. I'm gonna be sweating my ass off.
So that's why it's so much money.
Like, yeah, it's long as hell.
That's crazy. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm excited. One more. I guess Ari Lennox. I just appreciate their craft also. Yeah. Locally, definitely Shondell. I know all Shondell stuff. Of course. TT, I also know all your stuff. Probably Tomo. I also know all of his stuff. Shout out Tomo and Koyo BK. I'm just talking about my friends.
I know.
Key, I love her stuff. I know all her stuff.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think of other local music. Big Sosa. I love Big Sosa. Yeah. Shout out Casa Mimi.
Yes, stream that.
Literally stream that now.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to think of other like local artists that I like really listen to all the time, but those 4 I definitely listen to like at least once a day. I listen to a lot of other people's music, but they're like leaks.
True.
So I'd be like that at this point.
I listen to Retro a lot. Retro or Neo Retro.
Yeah,
I know a lot of his stuff. Or O3 FLA. Yeah, I love their music.
Stream the faith.
Stream the
just
faith.
Dropped. I actually just listened to that last night. Fully through. It was really good. I was like, wow, you're 19.
I know.
Jump scare. Jump scare. But still so talented. I'm trying to think of Sanye. I listen to a lot of Sanye stuff too.
Sanye is dope too.
Sanye's so fire. So slept on.
Yeah.
Definitely shout out him. And Nate Nix.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a person that I listen to at least once a week.
Yeah, he has bars.
Yar.
For real.
Bars.
His remixes I used to do, I miss those. Nate, if you're watching this, please bring that back. I beg of you. Please. Thank you. But yeah, I think those are all the people that I like, fave artists that I listen to like consistently, like constantly in my rotation.
Fire.
That's a good lineup. I'm fucking with it.
Thank you.
I wish it. We love it here.
Nothing crazy.
No, that's crazy.
It's wild.
Bro, that in my ear.
Sorry. I forgot you got the headphones on because I'm out here just like
vibes.
Just living off vibes.
Just
But you heard
vibes.
KZ out there. Like, man, what the fuck? I was like, hey.
I didn't even hear that.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, I heard it. I was like,
Yeah, be quiet.
Reverse
to be
noise
famous.
cancellation or something.
Bullshit. But something you enjoy. Sorry, the way that this is written, I would just like wanted to read it, but I didn't read it. Bro, I keep hitting shit under this table.
Is that
it's okay.
supposed to be plugged in? What is that? Maybe not.
It's the recording thing. Damn, we ain't recording for real.
Damn.
That light ain't on. That's crazy.
What is it?
No, not anything serious. Don't worry. It's the
What is
it?
Damn, bro. Oh, I just zoomed out. I'm sorry if you see these.
You just
bruises.
zoomed out.
I love that.
I rolled out and I was just gonna apologize if you see all the bruises on my legs. It's a deficiency.
It was warranted.
It's just
Haven't taken my iron.
My iron face.
Okay.
But what
you enjoy?
Yeah, what is something you enjoy about today's society and something you can't stand?
Something that I enjoy about today's society. Something that I enjoy
Something
about
you enjoy.
today's society.
Culture.
It's looking real slim.
Yeah.
Right?
Slim pickings.
It's right. Like,
I was trying to give like the positive and the negative.
what can I pick? I would say something that I am very, very excited about and very like connected to in today's society is food. I feel like
Good choice.
people aren't really paying attention to a lot of things that are changing in like the food world. Like a lot of different combinations are being made, a lot of different things are being highlighted, and things are being changed, and fusions and like regulations even in restaurants and stuff, and trying new things. Like that's something that I low-key found out recently that I'm very passionate about. But that's something that I also really appreciate about our society is how adaptable we are with that.
Yeah.
We all eat. Everyone
Yeah.
eats. You have to eat. But the way people like transform food is super exciting.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of changing a lot very quickly in our like today's society when it comes to like fusions, but also like interacting in restaurants, like or different styles. Like that's something that is something I appreciate a lot. Something that I don't like about this society. Where to start? Who do I start?
Yeah.
Something that I can't stand about our society is the lack of space when it comes to Black femmes and non-binary people in general. I can write a book about it, but and I wrote a paper about it when I graduated. But
So you're you're like a quarter of the way there.
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
it was 20 pages.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
It was like it was like my
Quarter,
capstone. But I wrote a capstone paper about proving that Black trans femmes die faster than cis trans femmes, especially Black ones. But obviously in college you need academic peer review papers to prove that, and there's none. So I was like one of the few that's been like out there in general, not published because it was like for a class, but like one of the few that's actually out there that found like actual statistics about it. But that's one thing that I can't stand in general. Yeah. One thing that grinds my gears. Sorry. But yeah, it's just the lack of space there is for people that are femme presenting or non-binary people, especially Black ones, just to exist. But also to just have a safe space to have fun.
Yeah.
Like to party or to hang out with their friends, or if they have a hobby that they want to express to other people. Like that's something that is not represented enough.
Definitely.
And doesn't have the space to do that because they're not given that space. That's been my main passion when it comes to DJing also, is to make space for that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love that there's not, but
Yeah,
I love
that.
that. Like,
I love
that's
that,
kind of one of your goals, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's like my main priority, to be honest.
That's amazing.
Every event that I try to host or that I create or put together is to make sure that it's a judgment and harmful free space for Black non-binary people and femmes to be in, and just do whatever. Fuck around or stand there.
It is.
I love
It
that.
really is.
I love that for you. And you're doing it.
You are. You're definitely doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate that.
But I like the food answer too. That was out of the box.
Yeah, I love food, bro.
Yeah.
I love to eat.
Yeah. Favorite cuisines.
Favorite cuisine?
Cuisine is a crazy word. I want in a minute. Go ahead.
I thought of kid cuisine.
Yeah, I literally was like cuisine.
Delicious. The mac and cheese. Yum yum. The brownie.
The pudding with stars.
So nasty.
We just get worse at it to keep naming them.
It was the blue tray.
Yeah. The blue tray, delicious.
Was that shit like a penguin or something?
Yeah, it was a penguin.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
The reason why I know that is because I survived off that.
Me too.
But I guess my favorite cuisine to eat. I eat a lot of Asian cuisines. I like Korean food, like Thai food, I like Japanese food. I like Vietnamese food too.
You like sushi?
I love sushi.
I was just gonna ask
Sushi is so delicious.
Serious.
I'm trying to think what else. I like Hispanic food a lot too. My dad's side is Honduran, so that's kind of like similar flavors that I'm very used to. So I love like Mexican food especially. That's my favorite. But I'm trying to think of other like Hispanic countries that I really love.
Dominican food.
I like Dominican food. It's like my fave. Love her down, but not my fave. Love her, love her.
Yeah.
Don't fight me for that. Just like not my fave. Oops,
No,
sorry.
definitely.
I like Puerto Rican food more.
Yeah.
I like Brazilian food too.
I love Brazilian food.
Brazilian steak.
Oh my god, stop.
Don't kill me right now.
So
Rice, like
rice. Delicious. Rice.
We're losing it over here.
I eat rice every day, low key.
Nah, I feel you.
Like once a day. I wish I was kidding, but I literally eat rice every day.
It's a staple.
It is.
It goes to everything.
It does.
Delicious.
I love that for you.
Thanks.
Now I'm daydreaming about
Period. About food. So yummy.
I haven't actually eaten yet.
Same.
Starving. I think I'm gonna get a Rito.
Oh. Like a Dorito?
Oh, a burrito?
Oh. Okay.
You said
A Dorito?
Dorber.
Burrito.
that sounds bomb right now.
Big burr. Big burr.
So yeah, what are some of like the goals you have for the future? I know we were talking a little bit about it, but yeah.
I said one of my main goals right now is to have fun.
Number one priority,
have
always.
fun. That's
Always.
like literally my main goal right now. Second is to start like my radio station.
Wait, what? Wait. No, yeah.
Let's
dig into her.
elaborate.
Yeah.
I really like the podcast show Carisha Please.
Yes.
And I'm trying to do a combination of like Carisha Please, but also like on radio. So we kind of like a DJ set for like 30-45 minutes, and then kind of like a guest on for like another 40, and then ended on some more tunes. Just trying to figure out the kinks and like the space and the monies.
That'll be the one.
The main thing. But that's my main goal to have hopefully by the end of this year. And then get booked. This summer I'm trying to do a lot more shows. I really love DJing, so I really want to do more shows. I have an event coming up in June that I'm really excited about. That you'll find out more information about soon. But it's definitely gonna be a banger.
Word.
And yeah, just help all the other teams that I'm on to get to the spots that they need to be. I'm on Sadiq's team for Key to make sure that they're doing everything that they can to uplift her career, but meet the creators and making sure that we build a bigger platform so other artists can show off their craft. And Blair Bitch to get bigger and to go to different cities. That's our main thing right now. Let's try to go to different places besides Boston. So try to make it work.
Yeah.
Word.
And you will.
Yeah.
Definitely will.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And then, do you have any advice you would give to creatives?
I would say the only advice that any creative that is out there in any city, any world, because there's more out there apparently.
Definitely.
Apparently.
Is just show up as yourself. Like, be authentically who you are. It's very scary to do that, understandably, but like you'll find your people at the end of the day. Because showing up as yourself will reflect in your community. So just be you, and people will find you, and just honestly like have fun. like we're on this earth for not that long.
Yes.
I'm trying to have a good time no matter how long I'm here for. So just making sure that you're having a good time for yourself, putting yourself first.
Period.
Love that.
I love that.
Yeah. One last thing I wanted to ask, when you were talking about your difficulty accepting like perception and stuff, I wanted you to talk a little bit more about that and kind of how you've navigated and like tried to come out on top.
Barely. Yes. When it comes to me in perception, I just get very uncomfortable. Like, how do I explain it? The best way that I would say the relationship that I have when it comes to perception is kind of like when people describe their stepmom. Love her down, but she drives you crazy.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that is, it gets you so far, because perception is also a good thing. Like, people are understanding who you are and seeing who you are, and that can either grow a relationship or put you in rooms that you've never been in, or grow your career, whatever the case may be. But I had a very pessimistic understanding of perception. It was just like, these people are viewing me as this object, and they're consuming my art, and they are like using it for their own selfish needs instead of actually like using this connection of music together to build a bigger community and also provide a resource to build a better community at the end of the day. So it was really hard to explain that to other people, like those are my needs and those are my wants when it comes to like curating, especially when it comes to like DJing. It's a club heavy scene. It's usually a lot of vices. People are usually belligerent in those types of rooms. So like trying to convey that to other people, like, hey, like I want to make sure that people aren't just here to just like consume all everything and soak up all this stuff for their benefit. Like this is a community thing at the end of the day. I want to make sure that as much as they're receiving from me, like I can also give something back, you know? So I don't know. I had a really weird introduction when it came to understanding that kind of industry when it comes to DJing and the underground music scene or just creatives in general. So I just had this understanding that like I won't be accepted and because of the mindset that I had. So I was just like, I'm gonna just keep this for me and my people, my family. If you know, you know. And that's how it kind of all started when it came to DJing. Like I was hanging out with my friends at their place, and I was like, I want to play music. And I just started DJing, and they're like, wow, you're really good. You should do this party with us. And that's all I started. But yeah, the challenge that I had with that was just surrounding myself with people that have the same values and mindset as me. Like when I expressed that to my friends, they're just like, same. That's all I want to do.
That's really what it takes.
Really
just
I
was being like, a little vocal about it.
Yeah, that's something that I struggled with, is just because when I was vocal about it, people were kind of just like, whatever, like I just like to have fun. And that's when you know
you're probably around the wrong people.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was literally just like surrounding myself with people that have very similar morals and understanding that it's okay to express that too. Like that's what I mean by showing up authentically yourself, because you're gonna find your people at the end of the day because you're doing it. But yeah, that was really what my main challenge was just like finding people that have the same mindset and vibing with it. And it's been up ever since.
Dope.
It's and I like to have that.
And like the give take relationship. Like you still want to give. I
feel like there's a lot of artists. A lot of artists like struggle with that too. I feel like we've seen it with plenty of people, like Kanye West, even with Frank Ocean. Like I feel like their main struggle when it comes to like being an artist on such a big platform and expressing your art to other people is just that, especially at their level, they have millions of people just like consuming their art and consuming their craft. And at the end of the day, what you're doing is like your baby, your precious little like piece that you're sharing to the world, and you want them to just as much to accept you as who you are, but also like be inspired by it and make their own art by it. That's the whole like transaction of music or art in general. 100%. You know, so when you see people who are doing it for selfish needs and selfish ways, it's kind of just like disappointing and also like kind of disturbing. Because you're like,
it is.
Ew, you're taking advantage of me. That's very awkward.
Literally.
So that's why I'm like,
sucks for you, because
perception.
Get
away. But it's the inevitable. It's also
it is.
Like we're in a very weird society. Humans are very weird.
I was just going to say that.
It's something you kind of can't avoid. It's just like making sure you have a good foundation and good people around you, and just like they have your back and they're gonna be there for you
For sure.
no matter what.
Love that.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Great answer.
Yeah, I love that.
Anytime.
Well, I think that brings us to the end of the road here. Thank you so much for coming. This was amazing. Tag your socials where you can stream on Twitch, all that.
Yeah. So when it comes to my live stream, every Monday at 11 p.m., my Twitch handle is RayvenHeath, like the chocolate bar. And you can find me anywhere, childish.rayvino on Instagram. I think that's all the social media I have.
Period.
I use Twitter, but you don't need to follow that.
Yeah.
But yes, you can find me anywhere, childish.rayvino. If you're trying to book me, I can give you my email. And yeah.
DM her for bookings, baby.
And DM me for bookings, please.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
Shout out me, the creators. Shout out Sadiq. Shout out Thrill. Shout out me.
Yes.
DJ Rayvino in the building.
We still need that sound.
No bullshit. We need the sound on the soundboard. But all right, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Pink World. Shout out DJ Rayvino. Thank you so much for coming.
Shout out DOD again.
Yes,
such an
you.
honor to be on the show. This is my first interview.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. That's
Tap the fuck in.
We are honored. Thank you.
I'm honored. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm honored. That's honored.
She's more honored than us. Fuck. All right. Bye. We'll see you next week.
You know I get the one niggas got a bitch made. Young shit, I might fuck